welcome to the news at noon on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM Abuja. My name is Oikike Igado Kure. The headlines this are: Independent National Electoral Commission INEC warns political parties against flouting Electoral Act. Bandits kill 45 people in Kaduna State. On the foreign scene, Britain backs French plan for European Defence Force. And in sports, former Super Eagles player advised Nigeria to beware of Iceland. Details in a moment. Please do stay with us. Another news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has warned all political parties to stop violating the electoral law or risk being sanctioned. The Commission had released the timetable and schedule of the 2019 general elections in January, when it said campaigns must not commence before December, which is 3 months to the commencement of the elections. However, majority of the political parties, according to INEC, have ignored the timetable and have flooded the political space with campaigns. Meanwhile, INEC said it has perfected arrangements for the deployment of ballot papers printed in Braille to ensure that visually impaired persons vote unaided in the 2019 general elections. Grace Jerry, Executive Director of the Inclusive Friends Association, had told our correspondents that those living with disabilities must be made to participate in the election without any hitches.
People with disabilities in the electoral and political process of our country have been discriminated against, disenfranchised, and have never really been part of the electoral process of their country. Part of the key reason is access to polling unit. How accessible are our polling unit, electoral materials to different forms of disabilities? In totality, the electoral process, how has it been inclusive of people with disabilities? To see how, first and foremost, the polling unit layout can be constructed in a way that people with all forms of disabilities, especially wheelchair users, can move freely in a polling unit. The placement of ballot boxes. How can you place it in a position where someone on a wheelchair or on a roller skate can vote without being assisted?
The federal government has been asked to do everything possible to protect Nigerian citizens living in other countries. Reacting to the persistent killings of Nigerians, especially in South Africa, the people said government must take every measures very seriously to end the trend.
It depends on what we have gone out there to show them that we are. Some of them are not portraying Nigeria in a good image. Some of them are just there pushing cocaine. And to a large extent, they have also transferred that to those that are innocent. In a foreign land, you can't joke with a single soul of an American and you go scot-free. Nigeria as a whole, we've not really done much on protecting the rights of our citizens, even in the country, not even talk of abroad. If incidents like this happen, they don't even treat it as if something happens. They take it with casual attitude. So it's because it's just an ordinary Nigerian, and so the government should step up their game and ensure that things like this don't happen next time, even if it means putting strict policies that will have to checkmate every single Nigerian living outside the country.
It never become weekly. You know, go allow people in the street to rest. They go depose. That is what is happening in South Africa. They're all the same. South Africans should remember that we Nigerians help them to fight apartheid. They should take that one as a responsibility to make sure that they protect Nigerians. Nelson Mandela was in Nigeria for many years, and Nigeria took care of him. So we are pleading to them that we should see ourselves as one African. We Nigeria, we are very hardworking. Unlike what Baba Buhari tell us, say we are lazy. Go to Gambia now. You think that is Nigeria that hold Gambia? They are the carpenter, they are the mechanics, they are everything in Gambia. It is because they don't have orientation. So they see these our people as a threat. All we will embrace that they too, they should try and do something for their life and make Africa great.
Cannot see a Oyibo kill a Igbo. They protect themselves. We need something like this. You protect your border. We all have the same cause. We are one. We need to stop killing ourselves. We are not happy. South Africa, let them know. Please let them stop killing Nigerians. Nigeria government should help us. Our ambassador should help us. Preach peace and let there be peace in our continent.
This is not good actually, and it is sometimes the problem of our leaders here. If the leaders will wake up and take the thing very serious, this thing will not be happening. So we are not happy with what is happening, and we hope the government will take a quick action about it.
Motorists in the FCT have been advised to obey the necessary rules of the road and support their vehicles in proper shape to avoid road hazards that are common during the rainy season. Those who spoke with their correspondents say adequate caution must be taken while driving during this season.
The rainy season is actually here, and there is need for people to put their vehicles in order because very soon there will be some very heavy downpour. People need to check their tires, people need to check their windscreen, people need to check their cars very, very well to make sure that their cars are okay so that they don't get stuck in the middle of the rain. And check your wipers very well at this time of the year to make sure that your wiper is functional so that when you come out there and the storm is heavy, you won't have blur vision.
Normal human being who is mentally sound, you know that you don't have control over the vehicle you are driving. In the sense that this is mechanical, it is designed for our own use, but then you have to be careful the way you use it. So whatever is required to make a car comfortable for usage should be put on a car before usage. Like some people, they don't even have seat belt in their cars. So you make sure they put their seat belt, put wiper. Very soon we will enter thick rain. You move freely without any problem.
Corps Public Education Officer, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, BC Kazim, in this interview cautioned road users not to neglect the basic ethics of driving, especially during the rainy season.
The Federal Road Safety Corps wish to use this medium to caution drivers to adopt the common sense speed limit. What do we mean by this? Even if stipulated speed limit is 100 kilometers per hour, once it is raining, you have to come to what is known as common sense. Use your common sense to determine your speed limit. It's always very foggy and visibility is always low around this period, and that is why we are worried about the neglect of basic ethics of driving during rainy season. A lot of people still use braking systems that are faulty. A lot of people still use tires without grip that could make vehicles slide easily during this period. We want to caution that your lights must be working, your headlamps and rear lights. The headlamp has to be put on when it's raining for you to see, and the rear lights also for you to be seen. See and seen is the key word during the rainy season. And you should equally be aware of potholes that could easily be covered with water you will not know, and it could be deep and vehicles could easily lose control. Also, slippery surfaces will abound everywhere. There will have been some vehicles that will have poured diesel or AGO on the road without you knowing, and water will cover it slightly, and if you slide your brake anyhow, you will find yourself in the bush. And your wipers must be adequately working. It will rain sometimes that you will not be able to see at all, that you need to park your vehicle. If you have to park your vehicle, let it be at a safe place where another vehicle cannot hit you, or where you cannot witness falling tree, because some people will run from one death and go and be confronted with another death. So we wish you safe motoring during the rainy season.
The Assistant Controller General of Fire Service, Abuja Quintus Azubo, has called for the need to have a standard operating procedure for different scenarios. Azubo made the call at the weekend while briefing newsmen as part of activities marking the 2018 World International Firefighters Day. According to him, Nigeria has lost more than 5.5 trillion naira to various fire disasters across the country in the past 5 years. He said the challenges confronting the fire service in Nigeria is enormous.
There are obvious deficits in firefighting equipment, fire stations, fire infrastructure like fire hydrants, where the firemen are supposed to, if there's a fire outbreak, you need to pick your water from the hydrants. We don't have enough hydrants. Even the ones that have been installed by the past, you find out in the course of reconstruction, they are pulled out and nobody cares to put them back. So it's really a challenge. So we need to strengthen our capacity. We need to employ more firemen. We need to do training on a regular basis, training and retraining training. So that is not happening, and most of these things are happening in the states, and the states controls over 90% of fire stations in the country. So they are relevant stakeholders. Also at the federal, what we're trying to do is to see if we can rejig the Fire Service Act to compel the states to at least to meet the minimum standards for establishment of a fire station. Because if a fire happens in a place like Lagos, it's happening in Nigeria. It's not just Lagos State alone, because anything that happens in Lagos affects the entire country. So there's need to see the issue of safety and security as a national issue as well.
International Firefighters Day is a time where the world's community can recognize and honor the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that their communities and environment are as safe as possible. Residents of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, have called on the Nigerian police and other security agencies to be mindful of all the crime flashpoints in the territory in order to curb activities of hoodlums. Speaking with Human Rights Radio, some residents were particular about the Galadimawa roundabout and its environs.
My fellow Nigerians that are working in the night, especially in Galadimawa roundabout, also times they normally snatch back those people that used to enter vehicle. They should be entering by the park, not by standing by the roadside. They should be very careful the way they enter bike, the way they enter motor to their various places.
Government should improve on security, because if I choose that I want to go out and I want to come back late at night, I should have that freedom. I can't, because of security reasons, restrict my own personal life. I would rather advise that the government should improve on security in this area. We have the police, it's just simply to deploy them or equip the vigilante with the police force so that it's going to be a stronger force, because the truth is, if you want to guide your house and you put a thief to guide your house, nothing is going to get missing.
The situation of country now, everybody has to play safe in everything that we are doing, and also since the place is too bad, they should not be kept late at night. Latest 10 o'clock, everybody has to be at home. And also government to put security personnel along the road, let them be working 24 hours.
With what you have been hearing for people, the way people snatch away back, if you are walking around that place, you should just be careful and mind the way you move late hour in this environment. Government, they should help us to make more security over the area of Gadma runabout for more people to have freedom to go to their house when they are coming from work in late time.
And from that part of the FCT, reports said bandits have attacked Gwashka village in Kaduna State, killing 45 persons, including women and children. The bandits were said to also set many houses ablaze. Kaduna State Police Commissioner Austin Iwa, in a statement, confirmed that the incident occurred in Gwashka, a Bilningwari village close to Zamfara State. In a statement by Governor Nasir El-Rufai spokesman Samuel Aruwan said the military will be stationed. We stationed a permanent army battalion in Bilningwari to forestall further attacks. El-Rufai said he was concerned by the incessant banditry and had been engaging the federal government on the matter. He noted that the State Emergency Management Agency has also been directed to provide relief materials with immediate effect to the affected communities. We'll now take a short break. We'll be right back. Please do stay with us. With the EU after Brexit. The British Junior Defence Minister Frederick Coulson said London was very keen to support French President Emmanuel Macron's plan for a force that could be deployed rapidly to deal with crisis. The force, nothing resembling an EU army, but it has also stressed that it wants to continue to have close security ties with the EU even after Brexit. In sports, former Super Eagles captain Joseph Yobo has cautioned the senior national team to beware of Iceland ahead of the World Cup Group D battles in Russia. The former Everton central defender said instead of Eagles thinking of what to make of the Argentina and their talismanic Lionel Messi, Iceland remains the surprise package of the group. Yobo disagreed with Nigerian football fans that are fretting over Super Eagles' backline and the goalkeeping aspect of the Russia-bound team. Speaking from the experience he garnered playing in 3 World Cups for the Eagles, Yobo wants the team to take every game at a time. He said no team should go to the World Cup and be dreaming of playing in the finals, but rather teams should focus on the first game. That's the news this hour, but we'd like to remind you that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has warned political parties against flouting the Electoral Act. Bandits killed 45 in Kaduna State. And the Foreign Britain backs French plan for European Defence Force. And in sports, former Super Eagles player advised Nigeria to beware of Iceland. Thank you for listening. My name is Oikike Igado Kure.
It's about that time. This is Human Rights Radio 101.1. Redefining broadcasting.
Sunana Aminu Ibrahim, tsohon dan kwallon hannu na Najeriya. Ku ci gaba da sauraron gidan rediyon Human Rights 101.1 muhallin barkate.
Samu abin da muke nema. Sauraro Human Rights Radio. Ra'ayinka baje yau ga dama. Sauraro Human Rights Radio. Ba bambanci ko sama. Sauraro Human Rights Radio. Idan kare haƙƙin mu su kai har ma. Yanci mu faɗi nan ma. Wannan shine girma.
Human Rights Radio mita 101.1 irinsa na farko a faɗin duniya. Yana nan a lamba 1184 jikin Games Village a garin Abuja. Wanda mamallaka Birkit Family.
Masu sauraro tare da sallama barkanmu da wannan lokaci, sannunmu kuma da sake kasancewarmu da ku ta cikin wani sabon zangon gabatar da shirye-shiryen Hausa na Human Rights Radio, rediyon kare 'yancin al'umma. Muna watso da shirye-shiryen namu ne daga nan Kaura District a nan babban birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja, inda muke hannun riga da Games Village. Tare da ku mai farin cikin kasancewa tare da ku ne har kullum har kowane lokaci a madadin dukkanin sauran abokanan aiki. Sabitu Garba Mustapha nake muku lalimar habin da kasancewar mu da ku a zangon gabatar da shirye-shiryen mu na Hausa daga nan Human Rights Radio. A yau da take rana ta Litinin Monday, ranar aiki wadda ko nasara na tsoronki. To muna 19 ne ga watan Sha'aban shekara ta 1439 bayan hijirar fi halitta Sayyidina Muhammadu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam daga Makatul Mukarramati zuwa ga Madinatul Munawwara. Wanda hakan ne daidai da 7 ga watan Mayun shekara ta 2018 miladiya ta haihuwar Annabi Isa alaihi salam. A yau ma cikin yadda ta Ubangiji muna ɗauke da ƙayatattun shirye-shirye masu faɗakarwa, ilmantarwa da kuma nishaɗantarwa. Idan an kasance tare da mu a wannan zangon daga yanzu har zuwa misalin karfe 4 na yammaci.
Mana damuwa muna shanawa.
Bayan mun kawo muku labaran duniya a takaice kun sha za ku je mu da shirin nan na warakar mata. Shirin zai kai mu har zuwa misalin karfe 1 rana. Da karfe 1 kamar kullum muna tafa da shirin nan na zauren 'yan majalisu da 'yan siyasa. Wannan shiri zai kai mu misalin karfe 2. To da karfe 2 ranar zuwa karfe 3 za ku ji mu ne dauke da shirin nan namu na dandalin 'yan fim da fina-finai. Karfe 3 zuwa karfe 4 kuma a yau da take rana ta Litinin za ku ji mu dauke da sabon shirin nan na zaɓi ka amsa. Muna fatan kawo ƙarshen zangon gabatar da shirye-shiryen namu na Hausa ne can da misalin karfe 4 na yammaci. Inda za mu sake mai da ku ga sashenmu na Turanci waɗanda daga gare su ne muka karɓa a wannan lokaci. Mai muku fatan alkhairi da addu'ar dukkanin marasa lafiya na gida da asibiti Allah Ubangiji ya ba su afuwa ya kuma zaunan mana da ƙasarmu Najeriya lafiya ya ci gaba da taimakonmu da shugabanni na gari na har kullum. Sabitu Garba Mustapha nake cewa lalemar habin da kasancewarmu da ku a wannan zangon. Yanzu sai a gyara zama inda za mu kawo muku labaran duniya amma a takaice. Tare da sallama ga labaran a takaice. Mummunan hatsarin mota ya ritsa da ɗaliban makarantar horar da jami'an 'yan sanda ta Wudil da ke jihar Kano a arewa maso yammacin ƙasa. Ɗalibai 5 ne suka rasa ransu cikin hatsarin da ya sanadiyar mutuwar mutum 7 kan hanyar Kano zuwa Zaria a jihar Kaduna. Bayanai sun nuna motar golf da ke ɗauke da ɗaliban ta yi taho gama ne da wata mota kira J5 inda nan take motocin suka kama da wuta. Ɗalibai 4 maza ne inda ɗaya mace. Kabiru Ɗanladi Lawanti na Jami'ar Ahmadu Bello ya rubuta a shafinsa na Facebook cewa ɗalibar mace Aisha Bello ɗaliba sace a karatun diploma a sashen ilimin jarida a jami'ar inda ta fara karatun digiri kafin ta bari ta tafi makarantar ta 'yan sanda. Biyu bayan harin da 'yan bindiga suka kai garin Gwaska da ke yankin birnin Gwari a jihar Kaduna, an sami ƙarin rasa rayukan mutanen da ba su ji ba su gani ba. Rahoto dai ya nuna maharan sun shiga yankin ne daga jihar Zamfara. Tun farko gabanin samun bayanin ƙarin gawawwakin an sami labarin kashe mutum 27. an ga hotunan motar kira Hilux cike da gawawwaki. Yankin birnin Gwari dai ya zama waje mai hatsari ga jama'a. Kamfanin man fetur na ƙasa ya ce san ba gaskiya ba ne wani talle da aka yada a yanar gizo cewar kamfanin na gayyatar ɗaukar aiki. Jami'in labarin kamfanin Ndu Ugamaduya ya ce masu sanarwar da ke shirin damfara sun gayyaci mutane da ke da takardar digiri da diploma su nemi aiki a kamfanin, kuma har ma sun yi amfani da tambari mai kala na kamfanin. Ugamadu ya buƙaci mutane su yi taka tsantsan da wannan sanarwar don ba daga kamfanin ba ne. Labaran a takaice ke zo muku daga nan sashen Hausan Human Rights Radio mita 101.1 rediyon kwato 'yancin al'umma. Jami'an tsaron Saudiya sun tare makamai masu linzami biyu da 'yan tawayen Hutu na Yemen suka cilla kan garin Najran na kan iyakar kasashen biyu. Garin Najran dai da ke kudancin Saudiya yana dab da iyakar Saudiya ne da Yemen. Hutu dai da ke samun mara bayan Iran ta sha kai irin wannan harin har ma kan babban birnin Saudiya Riyadh. 'Yan tawayen Hutu dai na ci gaba da turjiya wajen yakar zababbiyar gwamnatin kasar karkashin jagorancin Abed Rabo Mansur Hadi. Ministan harkokin cikin gida na Pakistan a Hassan Iqbal ya tsallake rijiya da baya bayan wani da aka yi zargin dan kisan gilla ne ya harbe shi a wajen wani taro a birnin Punjab. Iqbal ya samu rauni a damtsansa sakamakon harbin. Tuni dai aka garzaya da ministan asibiti a Lahore, kuma an yi nasarar damƙe wanda ya yi harbin. Bangaren wasanni kuwa dan wasan kungiyar kwallon kafar kungiya ta wato Real Madrid Gravel ya saka kwallo ta biyu a ragar Barcelona, wanda hakan ya sa kungiyoyin suka tashi a wasan su na El Clasico da ci 2-2. Tun da farko dai Barcelona ta buga da 'yan wasa 10 na tsawon mintuna 45, kuma saura wasanni 3 kungiyar ta shafe dukkan kakar wasa ta bana ba tare da an ci ta ba. Alkalin wasa ya nuna wa Sergio Roberto jan kati a lokacin wasan yana 1-1 kafin a tafi hutun rabin lokaci, bayan da alama ya mari dan wasan baya na Real Madrid Marcelo. An sauya Ronaldo a lokacin hutun rabin lokaci bayan da ya sami rauni a ɗagararsa a lokacin da ya zira kwallo da ya ci. Ƙarshen labaran a takaice kenan daga nan sashen Hausa na Human Rights Radio, mu zama lafiya. Tun saurari labaran a takaice daga suka zo muku daga nan sashen Hausa na Human Rights Radio, rediyon kare 'yancin al'umma. Muna watso da shirye-shiryen ne a nan Kaura District daga nan babban birnin tarayyar ƙasa Abuja. Sai kuma rana ta gobe, Talata, da misalin karfe 12:20 za mu kawo muku wasu labaran a takaice. Radio Al'umma sashen Hausa Human Rights Radio ne ke ci gaba da kasancewa da masu sauraro kan mita 101.1. Karfe 12:30 daga agogon ɗakin watsa shirye-shiryenmu. Kowane lokaci daga yanzu muna nan tafa da shirin nan na warakar mata.
an ca kunjiya na inna garuwa ya sauka kalubale yana kayan ku ruwa gidan ruwa can yamma aboki ya kace yan mata bishike
Rage da Daladin Kima da waƙar shi mai taken damuna ta sauka. Fatan da muke Ubangijin mu Allah ka azurta mu da dukkanin arzikin da ka tanadar a wannan damuna. Dukkanin fituna da shari'a Ubangijin mu Allah ka tsare ka kiyaye. Lokaci ne da za ku gyara zama yanzu haka inda abokiyar aiki ta shigo, Hassana M Inuwa dauke da shiri na gaba. Wato shirin nan na warakar mata da fatan za a yi sauraro lafiya.